What it do to all my free game people out there, man? To all my motherfucking FNB people. Today we in the whip with it. We ain't walking around. Too much wind outside. I'm tired of hearing all that whooshing and shit. And I need this message to get to y'all. So today I'm gonna talk to y'all about the beauty of looking at life if as it's art. Now, as I've been growing older and I've been looking at things and my perspective has been growing and changing and just molding into something different at all times, I've been learning that life is art. You know what I'm saying? It isn't just paintings or music or fucking sculptures that's art. It's life itself. You know? The art is life. And you need to put that into your perspective as well. Not only do you need to think of life as art, but you need to look at life as art. And doing that, when you look at life as art, what you do is you put yourself in a position where you're able to look at life from different perspectives. You're able to look at life with a deeper understanding. Looking at life with the idea of that is art, what it does is it forces you to be a critical thinker with every situation. You know what I'm saying? Because I say this because, you know what I'm saying, when you look at art, just think about when you go to a museum or art museum of some kind. You may not like all the art there. Some of that shit there may look just like a bunch of bullshit. You might look at that shit and it just might be a bunch of nothing. Like you don't see how is this art. But it's still in that museum, and it's still for you to take your interpretation and look at it. And when you look at art, you know, if you think deeply enough, you start to think like, what does this mean? What was the artist thinking when they was making this painting, or what caused them to do this, or what emotions was being invoked while making this painting, and what emotions does this make me feel? You should look at life the exact same way. Life is filled with so many situations that have 1,000 ways to look at it. And too many of us look at life in such a gray, black and white type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And life ain't, I don't know who said this, but I heard this shit today, and this shit was so funny to me. I don't know why, but nigga, a lot of people think that life is black or white, but sometimes life is a little Hispanic, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's in the middle, you know? And sometimes it ain't always one or the other. And understanding, looking at life as art, looking at life as, you know, as something to be interpreted and something to be, you know, dug into deeper things. What it does is it just makes you, and it also makes you more understanding. Because of the fact that I look at life as art, and I understand that art is subjective and it's beauty in the eyes of the beholder, I understand that sometimes I can't get mad at somebody for doing this, or I can't talk about somebody for wearing this, or I can't think about or be mad at a motherfucker for, you know, making this decision in this situation, because it's art, it's subjective. We all make our choices and our own interpretations based off of our personal lives, you know, and what things mean to us. And that's all that art is, you know. Everybody, just as much as you can tell 5 artists to paint the same thing in their own way, and it will all look different. We are all in viewing things, but we viewing it in our own way. You know, I even heard something where all of us even see colors differently, or some of them, maybe not all of us, but you know what I'm saying. There's some science that if I'm wrong, somebody check my shit. I could be wrong. I don't know if that's the truth or not. I'm no scientist. I didn't do no studies or no trial runs of this shit, but I understand that we are all like similar but different, and we all looking at the same thing, but we have our own interpretations of it. You know what I'm saying? And I think about it, when I think about this idea, I think about, you know, when I think about the idea of us all looking at the same thing but having different interpretations, I think about the idea of looking at a big ass cube, a group of us surrounding a big cube, and each side of the cube is a different color. Now, and my side may be blue, but your side may be green. But does that mean are we not both looking at a cube? You see what I'm saying? I hope this is making sense. You know, it's all about understanding that life is art, life is beautiful, and it's so subjective. It can be taken so many ways. Understanding this brings more of a beauty to your life, and honestly, looking at life that way is helpful to you. It benefits you. You know what I'm saying? Looking at life as art also dives you into the idea of, like, when you're thinking about when bad things happen. It's art, it's life. It's meant to shape and mold you. Even the bad fuck ups turn this into art. The fuck ups is what sometimes make it art. See what I'm saying? So I hope all of that is making sense. I really do. I hope I just really snapped and made a great video for y'all. You feel me? Because this is something that it makes sense to me, and I'm thinking about it, and I hope I touch somebody out there and they just thought like, damn, that makes a lot of sense. So free game, I love y'all, man. I'm out of here.